Water, of course, is probably the most important single item. Without it, well, you can't travel. Carrying water, what I like to do is to carry it in at least 2 containers, which means I've got one container, whether it be loose or mounted in the vehicle, that I only put drinking water, only clean water in that container. And then the second container, it's called a grey water container. You can fill water up from a mountain stream and use it for washing dishes, having a shower or whatever, or even then purify it and transfer it into the other tank or drink it. Now these are the things I'm carrying with me now. It's for this trip, a bit of overkill, I would say. This is a water purifier that works on 2 simple bags. And to put it very simply, I have 2 bags. One I fill with dirty water and the other one drains into the other one using this. So dirty water to clean water, and I hang it in a tree. Very inexpensive, simple, and it weighs nothing. More expensive, but a little more effective in terms of cleaning the water, are things like this, the Catadine pump. This basically forces water under pressure through a ceramic filter. Right? Bit of hard work to get the water up. The water that comes out is absolutely safe to drink. Even viruses are filtered out. However, this one doesn't have any charcoal in the filter. What charcoal often does, one of its main reasons for using charcoal in some filters, is it removes the taste. If there's a horrible taste in the water, this one isn't very good at removing it, although it will clean the water. And then of course it's got your chemical stuff, like this. These are tablets that you put in the water. They're all different, but they all do a similar thing. This is, for example, a flocculant. What a flocculant does is that all of the loose particles in the water gets them to settle to the bottom. Then you take the cleaner water and then you can either then put a tablet in it or then use another purification process to get out the bacteria and the horrible nasty bugs. Showering. I have the luxury of, you can't see it very well now, I'll show it to you a bit clearly. This is a water heater, the type of water heater you might find in a holiday cottage, gas driven. What's nice about that is that I have hot water immediately, virtually immediately I turn it on. The trouble is with it, as you know, I mean, if you've ever used one of those gas-fired heaters, you've got to get water flow to trigger the lamp to come on to warm up the water. So it's very, very heavy on water. It uses a huge amount of water. So if you're in a place like this and we have limited supplies of water, it's not a great option. Okay, certainly not for the whole family, maybe for one member who's a bit fussy or whatever, but not for the whole family. It just uses too much water. The other alternative for heating water, in fact we used last night, is this. This is an old favourite, but it needs, in a hot day, it needs at least an hour on a hot day to warm up the water. You just basically put your water in there, light in the sun, alright, and the water's nice and warm. Hang it from a tree and the water's nice and warm. Very efficient on water, very efficient. Even more efficient on water, I don't want to have one here. There's little spray bottles, little plastic bottles with a spray, and they use them for spraying insecticides on roses and things like that. Little, fill them up with water. Not so easy to warm up the water, but you're going very, very, very efficient on water. In terms of heating up water, the other alternative, of course, is see this jerry can here. It's a nice one, eh? This is a Canadian. What does it say there? Scepter. Canadian military. Beautiful jerry cans. They're quite expensive, but they are so beautiful. Now, here's the thing with this. It's got a big enough, I don't know if you can see that there. It's got a big enough hole that I can drop in a pump. Now, an ordinary jerry can, the opening, fuel jerry can, the opening is not big enough. And what you do is you simply, this is a very common article, you drop the pump in, plug it into your cigarette lighter or whatever, power point, and there's a shower rose which you can attach to the side of the car and you have a nice shower. Now the water jerry cans are the blue ones. They've got a, that's why they've got a, well, I don't know if that's why, but they have a bigger nozzle. Big enough for that. That's nice. The disadvantage of this is it's plastic. Not that it's a problem for any other reason, that I can't put it next to my roaring campfire and warm it up. And the metal ones, of course, you can. And in fact, if there was any one single way of warming up a lot of water quickly, metal jerry can next to a fireplace. And it works very, very quickly and very, very efficiently. And last, of course, very, very handy to have, particularly as an emergency device. A bladder for carrying water. Now you can actually get very big bladders, and of course when they're empty they collapse into nothing. This is a water carrier that if in an emergency I could fill that up, and if I had to walk somewhere and carry water, that's carrying 5 litres of water in a small convenient space. So I always carry that. Don't use it much, but really it's a backup emergency water carrier. Can you think of anything else?
No, I think I'd like a shower right now.
Well,
yeah,
there you go. There you go.
Choice.
Lovely and warm. It's been sitting in the sun for
5 minutes.
About 3 minutes.
Yeah, thank you. It's going to be warm then.